Well, thank you all for coming out today, and I want to welcome once again to the Commonwealth of Virginia, Gabby Giffords, who has been such a I thank Gabby and Mark. They campaigned for me when I ran and continued to come back to the Commonwealth of Virginia to help us. Spend a night at the mansion with us, great time, but you do not have a better advocate in this country for common sense gun restrictions than Gabby and Mark. So I want to thank the both of them. Mark, as you know, is busy. He's running for the United States Senate right now. All right. So let's hope Wayne LaPierre and the rest of the NRA folks behind us are listening to us. It is time to end the gun violence in America. It is time to end it here in the Commonwealth of Virginia. I stand here today as the former governor. I'm very proud that when I ran for governor of the Commonwealth, I was the first Democratic nominee for governor in the history of our state to get an F rating from the NRA. And I was proud of it. I ran television commercial to that effect. So we worked hard for 4 years to do something about the senseless gun violence we had in our Commonwealth. I pushed 26 governor's bills. 26. Ending the gun show loophole, background checks, bringing back one gun a month, getting rid of assault weapons, getting rid of these high-capacity magazines. Every single one of my governor's bills, every single one of them, went down at 6:30 in the morning in a Republican subcommittee without a recorded vote. They didn't even have the courage to put their name behind it. And then after everything that we have gone through here in Virginia, after the tragedy that we had at Virginia Beach, our governor called them back for special session. And guess what the Republicans did? They adjourned within 90 minutes.
Vote them out!
Vote them out!
Vote them out! Vote them out! Vote them out! Vote them out!
And you know who's going to make a difference? These candidates standing behind me right now who are going to win on November 5th. And I can promise you this. The first thing we're going to do when we get both chambers back is we're going to pass common sense gun laws here in the Commonwealth of Virginia. The governor's going to sign them, and Virginia is going to lead the nation on common sense gun. So I thank you all for being here today. I also want to now introduce our great Senate leader of the Democrats. As you know, I had a record of the most vetoes of any governor in the history of the Commonwealth of Virginia. I had 120, and many of them were gun bills that passed our legislature, that came to my desk. Crazy bills, like you could carry a loaded shotgun in your car. Now, how nonsensical is that? And the reason why I vetoed the bill, because one, it didn't make any sense, but we actually lost a state trooper who pulled up to an accident, and the wrecker pulled up, moved the car, and the gun went off. I mean, it's just common sense stuff we're trying to do here in the Commonwealth of Virginia. And I want to thank our small band of Democrats that I had when I got elected in the House of Delegates, who sustained every one of my vetoes. But that would not have happened. Give them a round of applause. But that would not have happened if I didn't have Dick Saslaw in the Senate. I would not have had 120 to 0 on my vetoes had he been not able to rally the Democrats in the Senate. So I want to thank him on behalf of the Commonwealth of Virginia. We are a better state today. We're an open and welcoming state, but there's one glaring omission. We allow too many guns on the streets, and it's got to stop. We've had it. Enough is enough. We need one seat in the House and Senate. On November 5th, we are going to take control. And January, folks, Wayne LaPierre, listen to me. In January, we're going to pass these bills. And you're headquartered here in Virginia. It is a disgrace to the Commonwealth of Virginia. And if you don't like our new bills, you can move your headquarters somewhere else, because we don't need you here in the Commonwealth anymore. Ladies and gentlemen, the next Senate Majority Leader, Dick Saslaw. Thank you. Can you hear me? Yeah, we can hear you.
First of all, I want to thank Congresswoman Giffords for being here, and I'm going to introduce her in just a second. You heard what the 72nd and hopefully the 74th governor said. And he's 100% accurate. You know, when I look at, what they're opposed to, universal background checks, we should know who we're giving guns to, okay? Absolutely. 93% of the people in this state favor that. And red flag laws, they're an absolute necessity. You got to be 21 to drink. You ought to have to be 21 to buy a gun, for God's sake. And these assault-style weapons, they need to be taken off the streets. I mean, it's that simple. This thing with large magazines, you know, and I was in the Army, fired all these weapons, you know, although I wasn't there in World War II, but I'll tell you this, keep in mind, we beat the Germans, the Japanese, and the Italians with that M1 rifle, and you know how many rounds of ammunition went in that magazine clip? 8.
Oh, 8?
8.
Okay, I thought it was 4.
We beat them with a weapon. The major primary weapon was that M1. Audie Murphy used it. Everybody used it. We won with that. Why do you need a magazine that holds 40 and 50 rounds of ammunition unless you're hell-bent for killing a lot of people in a real hurry? And we need to ban anything more than 10. Even an NRA fella told me, he said, you can't bring a deer down with 10, you shouldn't be hunting.
No, it should be fishing.
It's that simple. But enough of me. It's my pleasure to introduce Congresswoman Giffords. You know, hers is a story